Hello, my name is David Pasquel. I'm going to present my rhetorical analysis for the commercial. We believe the best men can be from Gillette is a short film published on January 13, 2019, 2 years ago. So, we need to know two important things about this commercial before we start talking about it. First, it was released during the Me Too movement, that is a movement that was created by using the hashtag MeToo. So, it was when women told their stories about sexual harassment, saying, "Yeah, me too, I've been there." And all this started because Hollywood personality Harvey Epstein had a lot of cases of sexual harassment against him. So a lot of women started talking because they felt that they would be hurt, and they were they were hurt a lot. And the other thing that we need to know about this commercial is that it had a bad reception at the moment. We can see that because of the like to dislike ratio of the video. It has a lot more, the double of dislikes than likes. And that is because at the moment, with everything happened with the Me Too movement, it looked like it was a cash grab, that they were only doing this because they wanted like easy money, easy clout. So that's another important thing for the commercial. So that leads to my thesis. My thesis is that even if the commercial had good ideas, they aren't exposing them in a very good way. So that makes us believe that it's more a cash grab than a sincere way to say men should be better. Because it's a rhetorical analysis, we must evaluate ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos. So kairos was all the things I talk about of the context of the moment, about the Me Too movement and its bad reception. So that's covered. Now let's go to the ethos, how it's built credibility. So the biggest problem in this commercial is it doesn't build credibility. There's no experts, there's no studies, there's no analytics, there's no statistics, there's nothing to say, yeah, men, a lot of men do this. So it's like, you like don't believe a lot of what they're doing. Then let's talk about logos. So logos is like the structure of the argument. And here's where I see that there's a big problem with the short film. They have a kind of argument, a kind of idea what they're doing, but they're like actually have two separate ideas, okay? So they're like, yeah, men treat bad women, they should be better than that. And also they talk about some behaviors of men that are bad. So they don't focus on just men should be better person to women, or men should stop doing this. So they have this split idea of what they want, and that is like they want to talk a lot and say nothing is what it finally comes out. The biggest rhetorical resource they use is pathos, because they use the feeling of guilty against men in this commercial. They're like, yeah, men do this, you should be ashamed of do that. It's like they're attacking all the things that men usually do without much context. So it's like you should feel guilty. It's like or embarrassed. It's the way that they're using the pathos to men. So in my opinion, I think that's bad, because there's nothing wrong from like boys wanting like to fight each other, or men like walking up to women say hello. There's nothing bad about this. It's all about context. What's bad is like treating women in bad manner. So I think they should have go straight ahead forward with much greater impulse towards be better with women, because that was the idea. Say like, don't do this kind of thing, don't underestimate them, don't make them feel less, don't do things like that. Be polite, be respectful. That should be the message, but not saying like fighting is bad or things like that, because they use the phrase boys will be boys as a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing, because it's like naturalistic for men like to want to be like a little fighty with their their friends like to be competitive, and some boys really love that kind of things, to be like competitive, and you can say like their nature is bad. So in conclusion, I think that Juliet had a good idea, but they didn't knew how to tell it in a correct way. They put in the moment that it looked like cash grab, and the moment because of all that was happening in the Me Too movement, and they should focus their message more on men should be better, not that men should be less men. Thank you.